Housing is the biggest expense for most people. What if you could eliminate it and get paid instead? That's the magic of house hacking. It's not just a clever trick. It's a life-altering strategy that flips the script on traditional homeownership. I'm going to show you the exact blueprint I use to have my tenants cover my entire mortgage, taxes, and insurance. You don't need a ton of money to start, just the right strategy. What is house hacking? House hacking is the ultimate real estate cheat code. It's the strategy of living in one part of your property while renting out the rest to cover your housing costs or even turn a profit. Why it works. You're turning a liability, your home, into an asset. You're leveraging other people's rent to build equity. You're learning real estate investing while living in your own property. I didn't need a six-figure salary or a trust fund. I needed a duplex and a plan. My personal numbers. The math that changed everything. Let's get into the juicy part, the numbers. Because house hacking isn't just a clever idea. It's a financial strategy that works in real life. And I'm living proof. When I first heard about house hacking, I was skeptical. It sounded too good to be true. But once I ran the numbers, I realized this wasn't just possible, it was powerful. Here's how it played out for me. I bought a triplex, a 3-unit property. Nothing fancy. Just solid bones, decent location, and enough space to make the numbers work. The purchase price was $350,000. I used an FHA loan, which only required a 3.5% down payment. That came out to $12,250. Not pocket change, but way more accessible than the 20% down most people think they need. My monthly mortgage payment, including taxes and insurance, was $2,100. Now here's where it gets fun. I live in Unit 1. Unit 2 rents for $1,200 a month. Unit 3 rents for $1,100. That's $2,300 in rental income every single month. So let's do the math. Mortgage, $2,100. Rental income, $2,300. Net cash flow, plus $200/month. Not only am I living for free, I'm actually getting paid $200 a month to own my home. That's $2,400 a year in pure profit, while building equity, getting tax benefits, and watching my property appreciate. And here's the kicker. I'm not doing anything wild. I'm not flipping houses or managing a dozen Airbnbs. I'm just living in my home and renting out the other units. That's it. This strategy turned my biggest expense, housing, into a source of income. And once I saw how well it worked, I knew I had to share it. Finding the right property? You don't need a palace. You need a property with income potential. What to look for? Multi-unit layout, duplex, triplex, or a home with a basement apartment. Location, near schools, hospitals, or transit. Zoning, make sure rentals are legal. Condition, cosmetic issues are okay. Structural problems are not. I found my triplex after 17 property tours. It wasn't perfect, but it was profitable. Financing your first house hack, you don't need deep pockets. You need smart financing. Best options: FHA loan, 3.5% down, great for first-time buyers. VA loan, 0% down for veterans. Conventional loan, 520% down. Pro tip, use projected rental income to qualify for a bigger loan. Lenders often count 75% of expected rent toward your income. My lender approved me for more than I expected, because my future tenants were part of the equation. Finding and managing tenants are the engine of your house hack. Treat this like a business. Where I found tenants: Facebook Marketplace, Zillow Rental Manager, Craigslist, local university housing boards, screening process, background and credit checks, income verification, in-person or video interviews. I treat tenant screening like hiring for a job. Because bad tenants cost money and peace of mind. Scaling your house. Hack. Once you've done it once, you can do it again. How to scale. Move out, rent your unit, and repeat. Use equity from your first property to buy the next. Partner with others to grow faster. My second property was easier. I had experience, equity, and confidence. Now I'm working on my third. Mindset shift. From paying rent to building wealth. Most people treat housing as a sunk cost. You pay rent or a mortgage and that money disappears. House hacking flips that mindset. Instead of asking, how much can I afford to spend on housing, ask, how can my housing make me money? This shift is subtle but powerful. You stop seeing your home as a liability and start treating it like a business. You become an investor, not just a consumer. Step-by-step blueprint to your first house hack. Here's your roadmap. Follow these steps and you'll be living for free in no time. 1. Learn the basics. Understand house hacking strategies. 2. Check your credit. Improve your score if needed. 3. Get pre-approved. Talk to lenders about FHA, Virginia, or conventional loans. 4. Find the right property. Look for multi-unit or rentable layouts. 5. Run the numbers. Make sure rental income covers expenses. 6. Make an offer. Negotiate smart. Get inspections. 7. Close the deal. Sign, seal, and move in. 8. Find tenants. Market your units and screen carefully. 9. Manage the property. Maintain, communicate, and track finances. 10. Reinvest profits. Use cash flow or equity to scale. What happens after year 1? Once you've lived in the property for a year, required for FHA loans, you have options. Move out and rent your unit. Now the whole property cash flows. Refinance, lower your interest rate or pull out equity. Buy another house hack, rinse and repeat. Year 1 is about learning. Year 2 is about scaling. Year 3? That's when things get exciting. Tax benefits and hidden perks. House hacking isn't just about cash flow. It comes with a buffet of financial perks, depreciation, write off part of the building's value, mortgage interest deduction, property tax deduction, home appreciation, equity growth. Plus, you're learning real estate investing while living in your own home. That's education with a paycheck. Common mistakes to avoid, let's keep it real. House hacking isn't perfect. Here are the traps to dodge. Underestimating repairs. Always budget for maintenance. Overestimating rent. Be conservative with projections. Poor tenant screening. One bad tenant can ruin your cash flow. Ignoring zoning laws. Make sure your setup is legal. Burnout. Don't try to DIY everything. Hire help when needed. Why you should start now. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Real estate rewards action. The longer you wait, the more expensive properties become, and the more rent you pay someone else. House hacking is your ticket to financial freedom, even if you're starting with limited funds. It's not flashy. It's not risky. It's just smart. In conclusion, house hacking isn't just a clever way to save money. It's a mindset shift, a financial strategy, and a lifestyle upgrade rolled into one. It's the moment you stop working for your home and start letting your home work for you. I didn't have a trust fund. I didn't have a six-figure salary. What I had was a willingness to learn, a bit of courage, and a strategy that made sense. And now I live for free. I get paid to own my home. I'm building wealth while sleeping in my own bed. This isn't a fantasy. It's not reserved for the ultra-rich or the ultra-lucky. It's real. It's repeatable. And it's waiting for you. So whether you're tired of paying rent, dreaming of financial freedom, or just curious about what's possible, this is your sign. Start learning. Start planning. Start hacking. Because the best kind of heist is the one that's 100% legal.